Hello, my name is Adam Myers. In today's video, I thought it would be interesting to go back through Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure thus far, and to examine the intriguing parallels between the characters of Eugene and Cassandra. Beware of spoilers through the end of Season 2. Point 1. Sense of Self. Eugene once famously claimed he doesn't do backstory. We all know how that turned out. Eugene was, in his own words, a kid with nothing. He adapted the ways of the dashing rogue as a sort of coping mechanism, using humor to simultaneously mask his feelings and throw people off the idea of his being a credible threat and a competent thief. This all comes together beautifully in his solo Everything I Ever Thought I Knew in the final episode of Season 2, where every piece of himself he had carefully crafted stares back at him, causing him to question his whole life, and proves his supposedly giant ego is actually a front for serious insecurity.
Everything I ever thought I knew, every hope, every feeling.
Cassandra, on the other hand, was born with a whole lot, at least as far as we know. Though she was revealed to be adopted, she grew up with a loving, if strict, father in a beautiful kingdom and had a full life.
Being raised by the captain of the guards must have been a real treat.
He's a good man, and he taught me a lot.
Because of this, she grew into the polar opposite of Eugene, someone who believes she's one way so much that she never allowed herself to be anything else. She is as competent as Eugene, but relies on intimidation instead of humor to mask her feelings, and unlike him, proclaims herself as a warrior very proudly to pretty much anyone who will listen. Cassandra has her own solo in Season 2, Waiting in the Wings, a similar song to Eugene's in which she questions the identity she knows.
I know I was meant for glory, but that's never what my story brings.
However, where Eugene's sense of self disintegrates, Cassandra's becomes stronger. Where Eugene adapts to his life almost too easily to be healthy, such as changing from a thief to an upstanding citizen overnight, Cassandra doubles down on what she knows. Point 2. Sense of morality. As Cassandra grew up, she became entranced by the warrior lifestyle, and it burned itself into her soul. While she absolutely was, at one time, a true friend to Rapunzel, she always felt she deserved the starring role and grew increasingly resentful she couldn't have it. The one thing she always knew was true was being denied by the person she cared for most, and she felt she had to make a choice: her best friend or her destiny. Cassandra relies heavily on her sense of morality, so much so that when Rapunzel doesn't take her advice, she feels personally hurt. As that pain compounded on itself, she grew conflicted, and eventually believed that because of how she felt Rapunzel hurt her, fulfilling what she felt was her own destiny felt more morally coherent than helping Rapunzel accomplish the same as she had promised. Eugene, on the other hand, has always had a bit of a loose grip on morality. Even though he's clearly become a genuinely good guy, it came much easier to him than the average person, as he is never truly committed to being himself, instead feeling more comfortable to adapting to wherever he finds himself.
Well, a fake reputation is all a man has.
His morality comes secondhand, as his love for Rapunzel, perhaps the only part of himself he's truly honest about, helps him get a better grasp on it. Even so, he's much more willing to scheme or trick than Cassandra is in order to find himself on the path that aligns closest to what he's learned. Point 3. Sense of destiny. As previously mentioned, Cassandra has always believed in the idea she had one very specific destiny, and when that was challenged, it tore her apart and put her at odds with those she loved. Eugene, on the other hand, has always improvised and schemed, and while it may seem like the idea of destiny wouldn't really fly with him, when he found himself with Rapunzel, he clearly thought he got there. When his path was challenged, it tore him apart as well, but while Cassandra lashed out, Eugene fell into depression. Both of them quickly swept their feelings under the rug, however, using their chosen defense mechanism of humor or grit. As they lamented in their respective solos, Eugene's sense of destiny has always been fluid, while Cassandra's sense of destiny has become so strong that it twisted her tough moral center when denied. As you can see, these two characters who are presented as so wildly different are more than just character foils. They are intentional mirrors of each other in almost every way. And because of this, Eugene might be the only person who can truly understand Cassandra's choice at the end of Season 2, and thus perhaps even the only one who could figure out a way to stop her.